Welcome back to the Mental Scraps Podcast. I am your host, Devin Scott, here with my pops, Darnell Scott. We back again, episode number 8, to share with y'all a little bit more of the mental scraps that we're learning in this life that we can continue passing down to generations and generations. But just get right into it. It's going to be a quicker show today. My pops got some serving to do. So, Pops, how you feeling today? How you living on this Sunday morning?
Man, I feel great. You know, it's coming through a little battle, but hey, I walked through the valley of the shadow of death, and here I am standing strong.
Yes, sir. I'm about to say you feel a lot more lively, you look a lot more energetic. It looks like you back. It looks like you're getting back to normal. So, what a blessing to be back with all this stuff going around. So, but just to get right into it, we gotta get right into it today. We're gonna get in and out today because we like to tell long stories and have a lot of to talk about. But let's go ahead and get right into what you just started off on when in the school system, right? Because you're giving back with mentor and photography. Tell me a little bit more about the photability and what you're doing in the school system.
Man, what I'm doing is I'm giving kids an opportunity to learn something that they probably never would learn unless I handed it to them on a platter. You know, I'm giving them an opportunity to experience life with focus and intention. You know, so they can use a machine and actually look through a lens and focus on something for a second, like stop just for a brief moment and take that picture. You know, it gives them an opportunity to stop their mind from all the distractions, all the chaos in the world, and focus on something they want to do in a moment. And that, I believe, will help inspire them to start focusing and meditating and being aware of the I am principle and being aware of, that they could do way more with their mind and time if they would only have, the opportunity. And the opportunity is something that's like, people don't really know what opportunity is. And, I had to even question myself in my mental scrap notebook, my journal. I asked myself the question, what is an opportunity? Question mark. I definitely would love your feedback on what you see an opportunity as. But so I really just see it as an opportunity to help build another economic structure in the mindsets of young people and give them something tangible as easy as pushing a button and having immediate success with something that can be done in less than 5 seconds. I can give people immediate success in less than 5 seconds. So that's how I look at it, and I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the opportunity. So, I mean, I'll just, go right off the top without really thinking too much about it. But an opportunity to me is kind of just something that, I guess it's something that you don't have already. You don't have it already. And it's something that's given to you to kind of like you talk about, illuminate the darkness that, that's in your mind already, to just illuminate that, shine the light on it so you can see like, oh, there's some other different ways. So like, that's kind of how I visualize the opportunity of saying like, wow, I didn't know that I could enjoy pushing a button. I didn't know that I can enjoy picking up a pen and writing. I didn't know that I can enjoy, not worrying about social media and not worrying about how many likes I get or got. And I can just enjoy just clicking live and just going and just talking and just sharing what's on my heart. Like I can really enjoy those things. So all those things are like opportunities, but that get submerged with other doubt and other fear and other resistance that, we don't even know that's there. So I believe that the opportunity is something that you're just giving somebody that they didn't even know that they had in the first place. And you're shining a light on them.
Yes, sir. I love that, man. I had to write some notes down. I love that one. Thank you.
Yes, sir, of course.
So that helps me look at it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's the opportunity. So again, I love what you're doing because it's something, and again, it's something that you ran from for a while, right? Of photography. Now you're just like, no, I'm identified. Like I am photography. I mean, look, if you watching this on the YouTube, like I am photography. Like you are, like that's what it is. And you kind of had to identify, but it's been years and years and years and years of you kind of putting it off, and maybe was it doubt? Like what was it, what resistance was it that was kind of like holding you back from not feeling like you are a photographer and feeling like there's something else out here in the world?
Well, I made a terrible mistake. One, I didn't read nearly as much as I do now. And as I learned through reading, I found so much information. And everybody talks the same. No matter what book you read, you really can boil down every book you read into a paragraph. If once you read the book and you have understanding of what the content is, you can boil every single book down to a mental scrap, you know. So that's what I learned how to do that for myself. And when I give somebody let's say a statement about a book, like Think and Grow Rich. Think and Grow Rich, you know, it's a book that helps to push you to a place where you understand you got to have a definite purpose, a definite aim. You got to do something. You have to connect with people. You have to put that frame around that. And then once you do that and you are consistent with it and you don't stop, you will surely have what you think about. But thinking is it's action. A lot of people say, "Nah, thinking is just you just sit there and pray." No, that's not thinking. Thinking is when you are thinking involves you doing something. Thinking involves action, because like when I think to go to the restroom, I could think to go to the restroom sitting down, or I could think to go to the restroom actually standing in front of a toilet. You know, so you have to, when you're thinking, you have to do something. That's what thinking is, and a lot of people don't look at it that way. So to get back to the question you asked, so I learned that I was very confident in everything I do. I was very confident, but the one thing I was not is I wasn't competent. I didn't have the competence to organize my plans, to organize my ideas, to organize and orchestrate, you know, to give my body something organized to do. I wasn't able to do that because I didn't know. But when I started reading Dale Carnegie, Russell Brunson, Myron Golden, you know, because I had to go into a new era, because I was reading stuff like Wallace Wattles, Joseph Murphy. This is stuff in the 1900s. You know what I'm saying? And what they were saying was true, absolutely true. But I needed some up-to-date information so that I can apply what they taught me back then with the and merge it with the information that's available for us today. So I'm gonna tell you, you know, if you don't read, first of all, you're not going to have competence. If you don't have competence, you're not going to have confidence. Mm-hmm. Bottom line, you got to have, because competence breeds confidence. So because if you know 2 + 2 is 4, and they say we'll give you 5 seconds to answer this question, 2 + 2 is, everybody says 4 right away because they're competent. They're going to have extreme confidence in that. But if you got 5 seconds to answer this question, 222,568 times 397, you got 5 seconds, go. You ain't gonna have no competence to answer that unless you already had studied it 100 times before that. Mm-hmm. And then that competence would turn into confidence, and that confidence would turn into activity. Activity would turn into a business. Business would turn into serving the community, contributing. Come on, man, we winning.
And unless you got a system, a calculator,
yeah,
that you can type it in 5 seconds and give you the answer.
Yeah.
And that's what we do. We
5 seconds. You gotta open your phone, get to the calculator, get them the answer in 5 seconds. If you knew the answer, then that'd be easy. Yep. But if you don't know, if you don't have no competence, you don't know.
Yeah,
so
and that's the thing, because you don't got the competence, right? Because nobody's gonna know that at the top of their head. But again, with the system of saying, "Oh, here's my phone," 5 seconds, go, boom, 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 boom. Now it's gonna give you the confidence to say the answer is 1,245,000. You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna give you the confidence. And I think that's a lot of us miss the system of, we don't have the competence. And literally, what you're saying right now is the system. Pick up a book, open a book. That's the system. Open the book. They give you all the system and all the hacks and all the strategy and all the tactics in the books. Open the book and read, because and what I'm realizing, everybody's not a leader. Everybody's not built to be a leader. Everybody's not created to be a leader. Everybody's not supposed to be a leader. Like everybody is here for their own reason. And some of the leaders, like myself, I put myself in the leader circle of, I am a leader. And it's crazy to me. It's like, you don't want to be a leader. You're not a leader. Like, what do you mean you're not a leader? Like, we're, my pops told me be a leader, not a follower. Right. And I'm like, bet. So right off the jump, I'm like, I'm not following y'all. I'm leading y'all. Oh, y'all want to go right? Well, we going left there, because I want to go left. So whoever want to go left with me, come on. But anyway, get back to reading. Open the book. I guess let me ask this question then. Like, for those people who don't read, because I just actually started reading in 2018. Let me tell my quick story about reading. I've never read a book my entire life. My pops told me to read. You see all the books he has behind him. I'm like, you know how it is for when your parents say you to do something, you like, yeah, all right, like it's cool. And it's just, I don't know why it's like that, but it's like that. And I never read. So
Mhm.
very smart kid, got great grades, had one of the best GPAs on the football team, all that type of stuff, right? And in 2018, my now wife Illy, she said, "Hey, let's read a book a month." And I'm like, "A book a month?" I ain't read a book in 23, 24 years. Like, I've never read a book. She's like, "What? You never read a book?" I'm like, "No, never. Like, ever. Even in school, where you got to read this book. Get it. I've got all the little notes from other people. I got in the groups. I figured out a way to finesse how to get the information without reading the book. I just didn't read. And that year, I decided to read, and that is the one year that my entire mindset has shifted. It literally, I'm always, I just always go back to the Matrix because I just love it so much. But that is the year that literally opened my eyes up to the real world. That pulled me out of the Matrix to say that there's another way. There's a different way to live this life. You don't have to live a life that just ever you were shown and that your mom and dad live. You can live however you want to go live. And it's okay if you want nice things. It's okay if you want some money. It's okay if you want a private jet. It's okay. It's okay. Guess what? Because our Father upstairs, our heavenly Father, He wants us to want an abundance. It's okay if I want 3 cars. It's okay.
Mhm.
But I got brought up in the sense of, oh, I don't need that, right? But reading helped me understand that there's another way, and it opened
Mhm.
my eyes up to it. And that first year, I didn't even hit my goal of 1 book a month either. For those of y'all that say, did you hit your goal? No, I didn't. But I guess what I did do. I read 9. I read 9 books that year that I've never read one in my entire life. I read 9
Mhm.
books that literally changed my entire life pattern. So that's why, all these books, pull those mental scraps out of those books because it's going to change your mindset and allow you to become the person that you're called to be and created to be.
Mhm. Agreed. 100%.
That gets to my question though. For those people that like me, what are some of those books that they should start reading? Like, because me, I didn't like reading because I ain't like the stuff I was reading until I actually
Yeah.
found something I wanted to read, and I was like, "Yo, this is dope. Like, this is cool. Like, I like this next page." It
Yeah.
got me hooked in. But like, what are some of the books that you would recommend? Some of the leaders of the world. Let's talk to the leaders today. Is that cool? Let's talk to the leaders.
Yeah.
Let's talk to the mentors. Let's talk to the
Yeah.
coaches. Let's
Yeah.
talk to the people who wants to change the world, that wants to improve the world, that wants to create a new world.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
talk to those people. And I'm pretty sure I know what book you're gonna say first and foremost because it's the one book,
Yeah.
the
No
book.
doubt. No
Um,
doubt.
but what are some of the books you should start off with? The book, and then what?
I'm gonna read something to you real quick, and I want people to know
You pulling
where
out
it's
the
coming
book? Let
from.
me see. I can't see. Yeah, I already knew it. Yep.
So I'm gonna say, um, well, actually, let me take my glasses off so I can read. Um, so this is Jeremiah 29:11 in the Bible. Now, this is why I read the Bible. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a hope and a future. Then you will call upon me and come and pray to me, and I will listen to you. You will seek me and find me when you seek me with all your heart. Now, when I understood that, I don't know, probably 5 years ago, I've been reading it a long time. When I finally understood that, seeking the Lord with all my heart, when I finally understood that, things changed. And so I couldn't find no greater book to read first now than the Bible, because it says, now the one who put the life in my body has plans for me to prosper me and not to harm me. When you look around the world, you see all this harm and all this danger, and you have people pouring poisons into the air to make people sick. You have people putting poisons inside of food that make people sick. You have people who say mean and disrespectful things to others that make their minds sick, that make their heart hard against improvement, against believing in themselves so that they can take the next level. So, but this book says plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Call to me and I'll give you everything. You understand? So for me, the Bible, number one. Uh Another book, I don't have no order, but one that really made the biggest difference in my life is How to Win Friends and Influence People. Dale Carnegie.
I knew it was coming.
Yeah,
I knew it was coming, but I was like,
yeah,
yeah, let me go ahead and just get it ready to show the people
yeah,
who watching on YouTube, man.
yeah, yeah.
This is the one.
That's a manual. That's how to be a great person. That's how to use the Bible and carnal knowledge together, marry them together, and become a great version of yourself. Those two books would do that. And then you have Think and Grow Rich, which is from the mentee of Dale Carnegie. He's the mentee, and he taught the world how to use like having a focus to see one thing and to go after that one thing and don't be distracted, you know. And then another book by a guy named W. Clement Stone is called The Success System That Never Fails. He started with $100. He created an insurance agency that is still alive today in Chicago. It's called Combined Insurance. It's worth over $11 billion today, and he started with a $100 bill, you know, back in the early days. He's no longer here, but his wisdom still is. So think it's called The Success System That Never Fails.
Yeah,
He always
do it now.
He said, do it now. He said, when somebody comes to him with a problem, he always said these words: good, good, good. We have a problem, then we still can make some more money. Good, 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 good. We don't want a business that's perfect. So then we have I mean, just up-to-date people, you know. I actually promote this book. I'm actually a promoter of this book. If you want this book, you know, I can help you get this book into your hands. If you're a person that wants to learn business from a biblical perspective, you want this book. You definitely want this book. I'm just telling you.
And what book is that for the people that ain't watching?
Hey, this is Boss Moves by Myron Golden. And then you also want The Trash Man to the Cash Man. I know it's a funny name, but I'm going to tell you, it has all the principles you need in order to get to the next level. And then we have, you know, another guy. See, I'm not a racist. You see, my son is biracial. I'm not a racist. So we got Russell Brunson. We got Russell Brunson. He's a white guy. Most of the guys I've said already are white, but I just showed you a guy who looks more like me. White face, brown skin, who loves the Lord. You understand? But this book right here, .com Secrets, this will, I don't care what business you got, you can get 1 million people to listen to your business ideas by creating a system like my son was talking about. And then, you know, there's so much more that I have. Obviously, I have so many books that I've already went through. My son said he read 9 books in a year. I've read 13 books in the last 17 days. You know, so once we get to a point where we understand where our true power comes from, then we will not neglect. We will take the time out to read, because if you read, you don't have to think too much. You don't have to try to figure things out too much. If you read, you can just pull the essence, which is God. You can pull the essence from the word. In the beginning was the word, and the word was with God, and the word was God. So you got to start with words. You got to start with words. In the beginning was the word. You know, so when you read and encourage yourself with books, what happens is you enlighten the dark areas of your own mind so that you can see with competence, and then you can have the confidence to go forward and make things happen for yourself. It's really like a lot of people are trying to start businesses today, you know, which everybody, you know, you need a business, but everybody's trying to start a business. But here's the key. Starting a business is cool, but improving yourself to become a person that can run a business is better. Mm-hmm. Personal development is better. You need to develop your mindset. And the fact is, most people are not going to read books. So I get paid essentially to read books to people. I get paid to break books down and create mental scraps. I get paid for that. I mean, and I get paid pretty good. So I understand, like, the people in the world who are charging people $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 for their information. One, if you're too lazy to learn it yourself, then you're going to pay the price to learn it quick, fast, and efficiently. And you're not going to have no roadblocks if you get to the right type of mentor that can get you from where you are to where you desire to be in life. So reading, this is cliche, but reading is fundamental. You got to do it. We got to read, you know. So yeah, man, those are some of the books, but I have so many more, but we don't have enough time to discuss all that.
Yeah. I got some books too. Well, maybe we can drop a list, or shoot us an email. Shoot us an email and let us know. And let us
download our notes.
Download the notes, and we can send you over a whole list of books where we recommend. But one thing I did hear you say is a lot of people are trying to start businesses nowadays, and I find myself in this position too. So this was some of the ahas, and we're gonna have to talk this. This is gonna carry over into episode number 9 as well. But talking to a therapist yesterday, really breaking down what is my program? Like, what am I giving to people? What am I delivering? What am I fulfilling to people? Like, what is the end goal that they're gonna get from working with Devin Scott? And it's like cool. And where she specializes and what her superpower is to read between the lines and to pull out and find the things that we don't want to talk about. And that's where all the traumas that happened in your past, that's all the stuff that really is holding you back, where you may have doubt or where you're not confident or competent about that particular thing. And that's where her superpower is. So like she would ask questions and then she would just, I don't know how she does it. She's doing it for a long time, a lot of practice. That's how she does it. But she would pull out other things. And, we got to the point of, I didn't really know exactly what I wanted to be teaching. And that's really why I'm struggling with what I'm doing right now in my quote unquote business. Right. And we really got down to it. And just to keep a long story short, but we got down to it, we found out that I am creating the program that I wish that I had, period. That's the answer. What do you want to give to people? How do you want to help people? Everybody says, I want to help people, right? Everybody, I want to help people. Well, how do you want to help them? What result are you going to give them? What result are, once they're said and done? This is the question she asked me. She said, Devin, if you're on your deathbed, you're 96, you're on your deathbed, the doctor said you got 3 days to live. And I come up to you as your friend and ask you and say, Devin, with a smile, she'll say, Devin, did you do it? And that's all she'd ask. And then it's like, well, Devin, did you do it? And at first I was really confused. I'm like, I don't know, right? But then it hit me and it's like, yeah, I did do it. I did transcend millions of mindsets to actually understanding that I am who I say I am. I did transcend millions of people to actually starting and giving them the hope and the faith that they can actually do it. I did transcend the minds of millions of youth to understand that they are the mentors, the leaders, the every single thing else that goes into that, the coaches, the teachers. I did transcend the minds of millions of our youth to understand that they are going to be the difference in the world moving forward. It's not going to be the government. It's not going to be the school system. It's going to be you and what you build and what program that you create to give back to the world, to make the world an improved place and create your own world, right? And I'm like, yes, I did do it. Like, that is what I'm doing. And that's where it's like, okay, that's your end goal, right? That's what you want to do. Okay, we'll do that. It's like, oh, okay, cool. So then to take it back further, since I was probably 9-10 years old in school, I would be doing all this, right? All the science and all this stuff that just, again, I always, anyway, it just didn't make sense to me. I'm like, why are we doing this stuff that I'm never going to use again? My mom, my dad don't use this. Like, why do I need to use it, right? And that was always my first thought, but I did it anyway because I wanted to impress my parents, because that's what kids want to do. They want to make their parents happy typically. So that was my thought back then. And I said, you know what? Without even, like, literally unconsciously, no conscious behind it, just, I'm going to make my own school. That was my first thought. 10 years old. I'm going to make my own school. That was what I'm created to do, literally. And it's like, and then what happens in the world? All the doubt happens that I can't do that, and this happened, this too big, and this and that. And it's like, okay, well, just do that. And what's funny is, on my value ladder, for those y'all don't know about value ladder, y'all can get in the program, y'all can figure out what the value ladder is. But the value ladder, on my value ladder, as people, ascend up the value ladder, guess what's on my value ladder? As of right now, we call it Freedom Finding University, to where we give, and this is school and this university where you can actually learn. And I always thought it was entrepreneurship, but it's not entrepreneurship. That's not what it is. It's not about building businesses. It's not nothing about that. It's really philanthropy. I'm building philanthropists. And what a definition. And it's funny because again, she pulled this out of me and I didn't even tell her. But then on my board over here, I have this right here, and it's the definition of philanthropist that I have on my board just so it can remind me. And I'll read it to everybody's listening. They said philanthropist, a person who donates time, money, experience, skills, or talent to help create a better world. Anyone can be a philanthropist, regardless of status or net worth.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone can be a philanthropist. And then it reminded me of a story that you told me of when, second grade, I wouldn't run out the recess. I'll wait, and I want to be able to help and donate my time, right? I ain't had no money at the time in the second grade, but donate my time and my skills in order to help one of my friends get out the recess because he was in a wheelchair, right? And it's just like, oh, I've been a philanthropist my entire life from not even understanding of who I am. So that was like a real aha to me of like, right now we have A2E, athletes, entrepreneur. And it's like, okay, I want to turn athletes into entrepreneurs, but it was like a block. It was like, what really is my program? Like, what am I really doing? It's like, well, I'm gonna help them do virtual events, and I'm gonna help them get the money so that they can get the time back. And it's like, okay, well, are you really doing the work? And I'm like, then I had to really reach deep and down inside. It's like, well, why am I not doing the work? Like, why am I not waking up super excited to like, this is what I'm doing? At first I was, but now it's like it was just motivation, but like, where's the inspiration? It's like, it's not really there anymore. I'm like, well, I don't know the end goal of what I'm teaching and what I'm giving back. So long story short, this is my short version, by the way. But that is where it becomes with I think it was Carnegie that said it, beginning with the end in mind. What is your end goal? Like in your deathbed, like, did you do it? Like, you got to ask yourself that. And it's like, did I do it? Well, what did I want to do? What do I want to do? Like, if I did that one thing, then I would say, yeah, I did it with a smile before I leave the earth and go to heaven. Yeah, I did it. And that is the thing that it's like, again, now I woke up this morning so excited again of like, not just motivation now, but inspiration that I'm going to change millions of lives and improve millions of lives and create millions of teachers and coaches and mentors that's going to improve the world. And by the way, I don't have to right now help millions of people right now this second because I'm just looking for my neos. I'm just looking for my neos. Everybody's not the one, right? I am Morpheus. Literally, my test that I took said I was Morpheus. Literally. And if you know the Matrix, Morpheus, his entire reason, purpose on this earth was to find the one. I need to find the one. And it's probably, and guess what? If I find 4 ones per month, that's a 6-figure month.
I submit to you today that you are the one. You're it. You're the one. So here's the thing. We spend a lot of time, this is 49-year-old Pops talking to 28-year-old son. And this is a lesson that I need you to have in your heart. I submit it, and you can, like most people, you can take it or you can delete it, So but here's what I say to you. You are the one. You were created to be the one. But the thing is, when we look outside of ourselves to find the one, you're never going to find it. Everything that you are, everything you can be, it all starts on the inside. Everything an apple seed is, everything it produces, it's like God's word when it comes into our mindset. We become what we think about. And if we think about going out to find someone, when we bypass the mirror, we look at ourselves, not realizing that we are the one. We are the one. We're not looking for the one. We are. We are the fingerprint, the DNA of what God put us here to be. You are a philanthropist. So now your value to the world, it should just be yourself. Give. I went to lunch with you that day. I'll never forget it because it was so special to me to see that. And actually, my eyes, I was like, I had to wipe tears away from my eyes because when everybody was running out, and then I seen you walking with a kid in a wheelchair, and you didn't run away from him, you stayed with him. And I seen nothing but joy in his kid's face. He was smiling the whole time. Whatever you were saying was funny, to him. He had a good time. So I'm almost certain that he looked forward to that every day. And it probably was a very bright spot in his life. And if he could say thank you today, I'm sure he would, So you are the one, my son. You're it. You got all the tools. You are it. There's none on this earth like you. Nobody was built and designed to be you. You are the perfect combination of a mother and a father. You have the yin and the yang. You have everything meshed all into one. And now you have to decide if you are the one. Like Neo went into the kitchen. You got all the gifts, son, but I don't know what you're waiting for. But you it. You are it, So which all you need to do is just focus on being a giver. Somebody said, well, if somebody uses me, nobody can use a giver. How can you use a giver? You can't use me. I was born for this. Whatever you take away, the Lord will replace 7 times. You can't take nothing from me. I give openly. So I'm not looking for nobody else in the world right now. I'm looking inside of myself, illuminating the dark places in my mind, elevate myself to a point where I can do anything that I believe. But I first, like you said, son, you said document it. And then the question is, Darnell, did you do it? Did you find yourself before you died? Did you find yourself before you died? Did you find out your purpose before you died? Did you? I already found my purpose. My purpose is to give. My purpose is to love people, to treat people right. My purpose is to help people when they're in a down spot, like Paul did. I don't forget the poor. I was poor, and I wasn't poor like the poor in Africa, but I was poor. I didn't even know I was poor. Because we ate every day. We had a roof, even though we had to share a house with roaches and pests. I didn't know. How would I know anything different? That was my culture. Son, you are the one. Don't ever. You got the hat on your head. You say it right there. You wear it proudly every day. If you leave your hat in the house, what do? You go back and get it. You know what I mean? You the one. So don't look outside of yourself. The people will be drawn to you. Just keep putting that valuable stuff out to the world. Keep telling the world that there is a better way to think. Keep reading the books. Keep writing your notes. Just stay on the path. It's a narrow path. The truth is very narrow, and the world is vast. There's so many ways. Like the truth is this. The truth is 2 + 2 is 4. The world would say 3 + 1 is 4. 5 - 1 is 4. 999 minus. They will get you to 4 in so many various ways so that you'll be distracted, unbalanced, unfocused, so that you won't focus on the one person you need to focus on more than anybody on earth, God. And then once you focus on God and you say, God, you created all this. What is my purpose? What did you do this for? Why did you do all this? Why'd you do this to me? Why'd you put all this limitation around me? What did you do this for? And then wait with your pen in hand, and God will surely answer you. I promise you that. I submit to you that you are the one. Stop looking for him.
No, facts. I appreciate that, Pops. And that's exactly what I said earlier about I'm creating a program I wish I had.
Yeah.
I'm creating like my program that I get the fulfillment from helping others. And like by giving, that's giving, right? That is the only way to have fulfillment is giving and growing. And when you give, you grow yourself, which you reach fulfillment. So that is a beautiful thing. And that's why I love to give, but it's like, well, how can you give something if you don't have it yet? Right. So you're right. I got to focus on my cup. What about me? I'm the one too. I'm Neo too. But how am I going to teach other people that they're Neo if I don't even see that I'm Neo yet? Right. I don't see that I'm the one yet. So I got to
be the
identify.
one.
Yeah, exactly. Be the one. Yep. I gotta be the one to where I am the one. And literally that's what I'm talking about by creating my program that I wish that I had. And all this trauma, a big part of it is money. A big part of it is money. You see my grandpa, you see that that's what you mean? A little part of it?
Money has nothing to do with anything anymore. You know
at all.
Nothing. It's not about money. The only
Mm-hmm.
problem we have is unbelief. That's all we
Mm-hmm.
have. The only problem we
Facts.
have in this world is unbelief. The only problem we have is that there's more ignorance than competence in the world. That's the problem. The problem is the words we use in our own mechanism. This is a machine. Darnell's a machine. Darnell does what the mind tells him to do. You understand? The
Mm-hmm.
subconscious mind is my programming. That's why it's so important to read and culture yourself with information that's so much bigger than the people around and the atmosphere around you. You cannot look at the world for answers. You can only look inside of yourself. When you read a book, it will make you aware that you don't know anything. It'll make you aware. And once you have that new knowledge surrounding your brain, then you will be able to look at kind of like the Matrix. I love the Matrix too. Like the
Mm-hmm.
Matrix, you looked at the Matrix and you seen nothing but the true essence of what it is. All you see is the truth. You don't see no more lies. So you see when a liar comes to you, you know that person's lying before they even open up their mouth. When you see a bad person coming towards you, and I say a bad person, I'm not talking about the person, I'm talking about what they're going to do, their intention behind the person, not the person, but the intention of the person. That's the bad person. That's the bad spirit, right? So you have to like just infiltrate your system, open up the like. I'm talking about if you go into, like I always say, if you go into a house, I don't care if it's your own house, a house that you've been living in for 5 years, turn off all the lights, blind everything off where you can't see nothing, and you have to get to the back of your house in 5 seconds. I guarantee you kick your toe on something if it's
Mm-hmm.
completely dark in your house. But when you flip on one little light, you'll have a little bit of light to see. That's reading. When you turn on another light, that's getting knowledge. When you turn on another light, now you're getting understanding. You turn on another light, now you have complete competence, complete confidence to run through that house in 5 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so the one, you're looking at them in the mirror. The only thing we need to do is to disseminate this information, iterate it, write it in parables, and keep giving that information to the people, to the public. They will surely come. When it's time for them to get more of you, they will surely buy your books. They will surely buy your programs. They will surely, as God is my witness, if you will be valuable to the world, the people will buy your books. The people will buy your videos. The people will buy your courses. This is the Lord's word. If you think it in your heart and mind, it will surely be yours. If you ask me, it will surely be yours. Now, who will ask for that? Am I asking people to buy my pictures? No. Are they buying my pictures? By the groves. Why? Because what I do is valuable. They don't see me as Darnell Photography. They see me as Darnell, the contributor. I contribute. I'm a contributor. And like my son said, now I got to take that one. I'm a philanthropist. And I'm going to ask myself, what is my superpower? Like you, create a program I wish I had. That's what I'm doing. So that gives me so much focus, son. You are the one. You teach me every time we talk.
Yep.
You teach me. You are the one. Stop looking for them. Quit trying to create a program. You are the program. Just speak. Be yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Write the book. Give them something tangible to hold in their hands. Create the product. You know, they will come to it. They have to. You understand? Because if it says in the word that anybody who learns, who is instructed from the word, must give back to the instructor. That's a law. That's a biblical, spiritual principle. Anybody who is instructed by the word must give to the instructor. And you are my son, and you are the instructor. And I speak this to all my children. You understand? Devin is not the only one. All 5 of y'all are the one. Even my baby who went to heaven before she had an opportunity, she's the one too, because she gave me an outlook to see myself as a great person. I felt like she was a sacrifice for me, so that I would be here to bring you guys into the world and give you an opportunity to just blaze the trail and be anything that you desire. The one thing I hope that you would be is yourself. Become everything God told you to be. A giver, a lover, cheerful, happy, blessed, prosperous, writer, thinker, developer, creator, All of those things, that's who you are. That's what you should be. Everything else is nothing but a distraction. Nothing but a distraction. What you know what I'm saying? Knock them out, knock them out. Now, let's say today's my last day on earth. Let this thing rotate around the earth forever. Because what I'm telling you is the truth. Every father should tell their son that they're the one.
Mm-hmm.
God the Father told the Lord Yeshua, you are the one. You're the one, and he believed it. Mm-hmm. He believed it so much that he gave his life to the world. You don't have to die no more. He already did that. So now all you can just give yourself, and greater works than these shall you do if you believe it. He said that according to the text. So looking for who? I just found him.
Mm-hmm.
I give all my children an opportunity to be with Pops. I give all my children an opportunity to know Pops. See, the thing is, the world had Pops blind. I was distracted by so many different devices, so many different words, so many different cultures, so many different pains, poverty. When you have poverty as a part of your life, you don't have creativity. It's hard to be creative when you don't have nothing to create with. You want to create a beautiful, colorful art. You don't have no crayons, and you don't have nothing. You don't have no paper. As simple as that.
Facts. Nah, I definitely appreciate it, Pops. You right, 100%. You right, and we get in our own ways. Literally, we what I tell Jordan 3 years ago. Jordan, my little brother, by the way. Shout out to Jordan, man. If you ever hear this, man, love you, brother. Reach out to me, man. But I was talking to him about how he gets in his own way, right? Well, guess what we do? We get our own way. I get in my own way. Pops, you get in your own way. And it's so crazy because like you just said, it's like every time we talk, I give you something else. It's like, man, bet. Like you I see you write it down. You write it down. Like, thank you. You just gave me something else that I needed. But the thing is, we already have it all. It's already in us. It's already everything that we need, everything that we're supposed to have, everything that we're supposed to be. People talk about becoming, you already are. Yeah. We talked about this last time, I think. You ain't becoming nobody. You went like you are. Like I am. That's why I talk about I am. And as much as I still talk about it, it's still life. You still gotta go through it, and you still gotta hit some of them those doubts to overcome them. So then you then feel worthy enough to then be who you're supposed to be. But now, Pops, I definitely appreciate it a lot. Definitely appreciate it. Definitely 100%, because I know I am the one. I am. And the part that fulfills me the most of that, because right now it's like, well, I already am. Like I'm already given. I've been given. I've been a philanthropist. I've been this. Devin, how are you always so happy? That's the number one question I've always gotten my entire life. How are you always so happy, Devin? I'm just being me. I'm just me. I'm just giving. I everything I learn, I give it to somebody else, and that's where I get the fulfillment at. So, and that's, but you're right. I am the one too. And you can argue, going back to the Matrix, you could argue that Morpheus was the one too. Because without Morpheus, it would be no one. Right?
Yeah.
Right. So like in our sense, Pops, you the one too. You are the one. No doubt. Right? It's the same type of thing. Yep, no doubt. I am every time.
So let me drop this in your spirit. I know we done ran out of time already. They're gonna have to wait because this is very important. I'm going out to contribute to the photography world today by some young kids playing basketball, and I don't want their memories to be lost. So I want to go out and capture some of their memories and print some of their things out so people can take something home with them today. That's what I'm going to do. I love those kids, but I love my own family and my son here more. So I have to say this: a seed must develop. The apple seed is already an apple orchard. It's already an apple orchard, but will it become an apple orchard? It really depends on the man who is cultivating the seed. But when it comes to a mind, a thought, it's the same thing. Will you get in the way of that seed inside of you, the philanthropist in you, Will you get in the way of that becoming $1 billion, $1 trillion, whatever God has for you? Will you get in the way of that? Will you stop it before it becomes an orchard of power? Now, think about it. Just imagine this. The Bible says very clearly, give and it shall be given unto you, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. That's what it says in the Bible. Now, just imagine this is true. It is true, but let's like use our imagination for a second. Just imagine you give one thing to someone and God gives you 30 times, 60 times, 100 times every time you do that. You give your most valuable thing away to the world. And then God gives you 30 times, 60 times, 100 times what you gave, your best. How much would you have to give? How much information? How can you stop? You cannot stop. You cannot, you can never outgive God. You can never outgive God. You can never outgive God. So if you give your very best, the word says it will be given back to you, pressed down, shaken together, and running over, which means, first of all, God is not a man that he should lie. And if he doesn't do it, that makes him a liar. And guess what? Now you can say, God, you're a liar. I'm not going to follow you no more. I'm going to do it my way. But I promise you, if you have the right mindset, no doubt, no double-mindedness, just give with the cheerful anticipation that you're going to make somebody's day, make somebody smile. When you make somebody smile, God smiles too. God is smiling through a person in a hurt condition. He's smiling through a person their brain may be all over the place. He's smiling. When a person smiles based on what you give to them, that's God smiling within a person. It warms their heart and makes them a more cheerful person, even if it's for 1 second. God is going. God is in a hurry. He's stamping it right now and getting it out the door to you right now. It's on the way, and it's going to come in various ways. It's not going to come the same way you gave it all the time. It's not. It may come at a time where you need to be, where your health needs to be at its strongest point. And that may be the thing you need. That health will come. Now, the first time I went through a sickness, I was down for 4 weeks. 4 weeks. I felt the exact same thing coming upon me again. And I asked God for protection every day. And I believe in my heart that he protected me based on my livestock, the thoughts, the things that I give to the public and to the people, that my contributions unto man and women, people who need my help, I'm there for them when they ask me. I don't know. If you don't ask, I don't know. I don't know. You know, I am not God. I can't have that thing. But if you come and ask me a question, I would surely bring you an answer, from my own resources. And if I don't know, I'm going to surely go to God and ask for wisdom, who pours liberally on any person who asks. It don't matter if you're a criminal. It don't matter what state of mind you're in. If you ask God for wisdom, he will give it to you. If you ask God for wisdom so I don't have to be a criminal no more and I want to do life the right way, he will surely give it to you in real time. He will give it to you in real time. And it may come from a baby. It may come from a pamphlet laying on the ground. It may come from a napkin. You may be in a urinal, and it may be pasted on the wall. It will surely come to you. The answer will surely come. That's how God does it. He will set up the appointment. And when you give and make one of his children smile, trust and believe, it's better than FedEx. It's on the way. You're going to surely get that package.
Mm-hmm. Facts. Hey, y'all ain't taking nothing away from the day, man. You might as well unsubscribe. Hey, man. Hey, love that, Pops, man. That's real talk. That's real talk. And at the end of the day, that's what we're here to do. Like it's so we talk about the one book, like the one thing, like it's you better open that Bible up. You know what I mean? You better ask. You better ask. And this last thing to say, let's close out. But where I would have my struggles at, and I would feel like I was struggling when it, just for an example of money, feeling like if I had a lot of money, that I would be like, bad or whatnot. Again, this is just a story that was made up in my head that through traumas and through things that I didn't understand. And now I'm truly understanding that, again, our Father, like you're my Father, he's our Father just like that. And you taught me this as well, but he wants us to have an abundance. Like you said, you're gonna get 30-fold, you're gonna get an overflow, you're gonna have too much. He gonna give you so much, you're gonna have too much, and you're not gonna know what to do with all of it, and you're gonna have to just keep on giving it away. And then the more you give away, he's gonna give you more, and you're gonna have too much again, and you're gonna have to, and it's gonna be that cycle of that abundance. And he wants us to go buy nice things for ourselves. He wants us to go buy the mansion that we want. He wants us to go buy the cars, or if you want 3, he wants us to go buy the private jet if that's what you want to do. He wants that for you. Mm-hmm. Why would your father not want that for you? He does. And that's one thing that I had to get over myself, of feeling like I showed my therapist, Dr. Sabrina, this check yesterday that I wrote for $1 million. I wrote to Freedom Founding University. I said, hey, I'm writing $1 million check. I'm signing it. I put a date on there. I said, boom, this is happening. Boom, here you go. So I'm writing my first $1 million, which is 10% of what I got, by the way. So saying that I'm at 10 million, I'm giving $1 million in order to give back and help people. And the first thing I said was, as I'm, the money's not for me. I'm making it to give it away. And then she said, hold on. She just stopped right now. The money's for you, Devin. The money's for you too. It's okay for you to have the money. The Lord wants you to have the money too. It's okay. It's okay to be selfish with your money too. It's okay to go buy the 3 cars you want. It's okay. It's totally fine. And I had so much connect to like feeling so bad about that for whatever reason. Again, the traumas, how I grew up, whatnot, all the stuff that I'm now putting into my program so we can overcome those things, so that I can now just be. And then I can now, I am the one. And I can now be who I need to be, right? So, if you took, I know y'all took some stuff away from this. Just make sure and remember that, that you are the one. Straight up, everybody, you are too. Every single person listening to this, you are the one, and it's already inside of you. So whatever you're looking for, whatever's out there, it's already inside of you. So look inside, close your eyes, talk to your higher power, talk to that person and ask for it, and it will be given. So,
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Very brilliant. Thank you for spending this time with me today. I really appreciate it more than any amount of money I will ever receive in my life, more than the $1 trillion that will come if I would put my mind to that. But it's not about money. It's not about money. And she was right. 10%, that's all God asked you to do. 90%, you can do what you want to do with it. So it's not about anything besides you being preparing yourself to meet God, making yourself. So when he comes to you and he says, "Great job, Devin. Well done. Come on into the kingdom."
Mm-hmm.
That's my vision.
You did it. Going back to the question I asked, did you do it?
Yeah.
Hey, God, I did it.
I did it for you. Mm-hmm. Love you, son. Love you, son.
Yes, sir. Love you, Pops. Great talk, man. Appreciate you. We'll be back again, episode 9 next week. So y'all make sure y'all follow, subscribe, do all that good stuff. And share it with somebody else, because the best way we know how to give is to give it all away. We're giving y'all every single thing that we know. And all we ask for you to do is go give it to somebody else. Give it to somebody else. Send them this podcast. Share whatever your mental scraps you got from the podcast. Go give it away, and it will come back in an overflow. Y'all gonna be great today.
Peace.
Yes, sir.